Old McTariff had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had some cars, E-I-E-I-O, with a tariff here and a tariff there, here a tariff, there a tariff, everywhere a tariff, tariff. Old McTariff had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Today, I asked President Trump if the 25% tariffs he just announced on cars and auto parts are permanent. His response was absolutely they're permanent. And I pressed him on reports he urged auto CEOs not to raise prices. The president telling me, quote, "No, I never said that. I couldn't care less if they raise prices because people are going to start buying American-made cars." And
he said he don't care. This is how his supporters are going to spin it. We don't mind paying more money for cars because America first. Or they're going to say, we don't pay tariffs. Those countries do. Some of his voters still think that the tariff war he started won't affect us. Here's what he had to say about Greenland.
I asked the president about his desire to annex Greenland. Mr. Trump saying there's a good possibility it could be done without military force, but added, "I don't take anything off the table."
This is sad, and I think every American should be ashamed of this man and embarrassed that he's our president. They fought with us in Afghanistan and Iraq. Imagine how those soldiers feel right now. And to the dead soldiers, family members, imagine how they feel. He's attacking only our allies, the same allies who have kept Americans safe. And there's no reason for it. But this is what people voted for.
Trump's trade policies are driving America's allies straight into the arms of its self-proclaimed rivals. China, Japan, and South Korea are teaming up to push back against U.S. tariffs. The agreement was announced after the three countries met for their first economic dialogue in 5 years. Instead of siding with the U.S., Japan and South Korea are now looking to China for trade partnerships, a huge embarrassment for Trump as he prepares to roll out even more tariffs this week. At the heart of this shift is the semiconductor industry. Japan and South Korea need raw materials for their chips, and China is more than happy to supply them. In return, China is looking to buy finished chips from its neighbors. The three nations also agreed to work together on strengthening supply chains and easing export controls. This kind of cooperation should be a wake-up call for Washington because America's longtime allies are turning to its biggest economic rival because of Trump's trade policies and the U.S. becoming an increasingly unreliable trade partner. Honestly, the timing couldn't be worse for Trump. He plans to announce more tariffs this week, calling it Liberation Day, but instead of rallying global support, he's pushing his key allies further away. While the U.S. has spent decades building strong trade relationships with Japan and South Korea, Trump's moves are forcing them to reconsider whether the U.S. is a reliable trade ally. Now, instead of standing with the U.S., they're negotiating trade agreements with China. What makes this even more humiliating is that these three countries don't even get along that well. They have deep political tensions, including territorial disputes and Japan's handling of Fukushima wastewater. Yet, despite their differences, they're finding common ground because Trump's horrible trade policies are leaving them no choice.
So to all the MAGAs who are looking forward to making America great, I hope you get exactly what you're looking for, because the prices of cars are about to go like wide. You are going to be buying cars at a very high price. For some of you who are saying that tariffs will not cause your prices to go up, I hope you understand what tariffs mean right now, because the prices of cars will definitely go up by the time all of these tariff plans are enacted. Trust me, you will be buying them on a very high price. Okay, that's exactly what they're trying to tell you. And to think that he actually do not care if you buy your cars at a very high rate, because he feels that of course you got to buy cars, you need cars, and he wants more manufacturing companies to come into the US, and however they come in is not a problem. He just needs them to come in, and you guys might be the ones at the receiving end. MAGAs, take note. Anyway, guys, you're welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So it's another season of FAFO, and we're about to find out how the tariffs on cars will be affecting a lot of Americans, including MAGAs. Take note of that. Let's go watch some of this clip I've gathered for you guys, then we come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and please do what to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it, and credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
You are going to be greatly impacted by Trump's new automobile tariffs. The cost for a new car is going to be absolutely absurd. Oh, but more American-made cars! Hey, you fucking dipshit. Did you ever consider the cost that came with that? It's already difficult enough to find a new car for less than $30,000, let alone the average of $50,000. And unfortunately, most of those cars under $50,000 or around $30,000 brand new, Those are imported cars, not fucking American-made cars. Reuters did a review and discovered that from 2 auto research firms, found only 16 models averaging around $30,000 brand new. Can you guess how many are made in America? 5, 10, maybe? One fucking car. Toyota's 7203T Corolla. All the others are made in Mexico, South Korea, and Japan. Yeah, more American-made cars, more like disgustingly more expensive cars. And weirdly enough, about half of voters whose household averages less than $50,000 a year backed Trump in the 2024 election, along with 56% of voters without college degrees. Hey, you voted for this, right? You made your bed, now you gotta sleep in it.
Trump's tariffs are already taking away American jobs, this time 189 jobs in West Virginia at an aluminum plant. As you know, Trump put 25% tariffs on aluminum entering the United States. A lot of the aluminum is used in our cars, such as this plant in West Virginia. According to the plant managers, workers were told that the Trump administration tariffs created circumstances which forced the move. What's going on here is Trump has put tariffs on a lot of countries importing goods into the U.S. The problem is those tariffs are paid for by Americans and American companies. They're not paid for by foreigners. A tariff is simply a tax on a good as it arrives. So this aluminum company buys the aluminum from abroad, uses it domestically, makes parts that go to American cars. The problem is the price of their parts, the price of their aluminum coming in just went up 25%. They have to pay a 25% tax at the U.S. border, and they said it's not worth it, and they shut down the plant. That's what's happening to cars as well. Trump put a 25% tariff on cars and car parts entering the U.S. The problem is every American car includes 50 to 60% foreign parts. That's increasing the price of the average $40,000 car in America by $5,000, the average import by $6,000. That means prices are going up because of Trump and people are losing jobs.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump says he could care less if automakers raise their prices due to his tariffs. Yeah, because, you know, when you're a billionaire like he is, the most important thing is that you can go golfing while the American people are struggling financially. So when reporters were asking Donald Trump if he would fire anyone for Signalgate, he responded by saying, oh no, that's not going to happen, and that he could care less if automakers raised prices due to tariffs. He went on to say, what I see is right track, wrong track. And the right track was the first time in like 40 years where it was right track, the president said at one point. So to all the Trump supporters out there, I want you to think long and hard. Have we made it to the golden age yet? Because it doesn't seem like it.
If the raw materials that he used to produce all of these cars come in very expensive, trust automakers to increase the prices of the finished product, which is the car that you will be driving. And some of you cannot do without these cars. Like, you definitely need these cars to drive on the road. So you might end up buying them for higher price. For all of you who are saying, oh, those countries will be paying those tariffs. No, it is the automakers, those people who will be importing those goods from those countries whose 25% tariffs are, who have the 25% tariff placed on them. Those are the people who will be paying those tariffs. And when they pay it on their raw materials, if the cost of raw material is on the high side, trust the finished product to be very expensive. For all the MAGAs who said, oh, we're making America great, and all of these companies will be moving down to the US to settle, I think you now have a rethink that it is not so easy to bring in a company into the US, okay, immediately, and have them start producing immediately. And even if they're moving to the US, the raw materials are not also in the US. The raw materials are coming outside the US. And those countries where those raw materials are coming in from, they all have tariffs placed on them. Imagine 25% tariff on a particular product, meaning that the cost of things will definitely go up. And by tomorrow, which is the 2nd of April, you already know what's happening. The prices of things are going to go up because of the 25% tariff that will be placed on these countries that he has already mentioned. You know, there was already 1 month break for all of them. It is a find out season for everyone.
We have breaking news right now. According to Reuters, Chinese state media is now saying that China, Japan, and South Korea will jointly respond to Donald Trump's tariffs that will be imposed on April 2nd. The comments come after the 3 countries held trilateral discussions about cooperation in this new global order, and it's the first economic dialogue held by Japan, China, and South Korea in 5 years. This is significant if true, because it shows China, one of America's top adversaries, becoming close with two of America's top allies, Japan and South Korea. Now, before I continue, if you don't yet follow me on Instagram, Substack, and YouTube, that's where I'll be link in bio if TikTok is banned in just 5 or 6 days. Donald Trump is expected to announce massive tariffs on a whole host of countries on April 2nd. And adversaries and allies of the United States are rushing to respond, and it's clear that it's driving adversaries and allies closer together than we've ever seen before. And this new joint statement from China, Japan, and South Korea is the first exhibit. Follow on for all the news you need to know about.
Trump just hit cars with a 25% tariff. Here's how it could change the game. Also going to dive in if this could be a good thing or a bad thing for you. First, foreign car prices could skyrocket, which means if you prefer foreign cars over American cars, this would be more money out of your pocket. But it's not all bad, because Trump's push is to have more manufacturing jobs occurring in America, have more cars being created in America. And this also fits because he has also floated the idea of giving people the ability to write off the interest payments that they make on car loans. So if both of these things come together, it could mean more cars being manufactured in America, more American jobs, and more money back in your pocket. But the real question, and this is what I want to know from you, will those job gains outweigh the price of the cars? Will the cars just become unaffordable? What do you think? Tell me down below. But first, I think something that Trump has floated whenever he was running for office, but unfortunately he has not talked about it since, which is that we need to get rid of the federal income tax. If we get rid of the federal income tax, this economy, the American economy, would boom. So let me also ask you this. Which one of these two do you feel is more important?
Trump's tariffs are already taking away American jobs, this time 189 jobs in West Virginia at an aluminum plant. As you know, Trump put 25% tariffs on aluminum entering the United States. A lot of the aluminum is used in our cars, such as this plant in West Virginia. According to the plant managers, workers were told that the Trump administration tariffs created circumstances which forced the move. What's going on here is Trump has put tariffs on a lot of countries importing goods into the U.S. The problem is those tariffs are paid for by Americans and American companies. They're not paid for by foreigners. A tariff is simply a tax on a good as it arrives. So this aluminum company buys the aluminum from abroad, uses it domestically, makes parts that go to American cars. The problem is the price of their parts, the price of their aluminum coming in just went up 25%. They have to pay a 25% tax at the U.S. border, and they said it's not worth it, and they shut down the plant. That's what's happening to cars as well. Trump put a 25% tariff on cars and car parts entering the U.S. The problem is every American car includes 50 to 60% foreign parts. That's increasing the price of the average $40,000 car in America by $5,000, the average import by $6,000. That means prices are going up because of Trump and people are losing jobs.
To be truthful, if you're one of the owners of these companies, you might want to reduce your staff strength, basically because the prices of things are on the high side. You might not be able to afford them. So the only thing you have to do is to reduce your staff strength, right? So all of these things are the reason why a lot of Americans might end up losing their jobs, okay, in 2025, because some of these companies might say, you know what, since we cannot be able to pay for 25% tariff, okay, to bring in a lot and lots of produce or product like raw materials to produce our cars, we might want to reduce our staff strength so that we can have enough byproducts and be able to afford the cars that we can, manufacture right here in America. Because if not that, they might not be able to do anything at the end of the day, right? They might not be able to earn profit or make profit. It's not like those days when at the end of the year, every company announces their income, their revenue, and their profit, and you find that they are doing well. I don't think this year will be any better or better than the previous years, because if this tariffs goes up on these countries where majority of the raw materials comes from in America, is going to affect everything at all, okay? And these MAGAs who said, oh, we voted for him because of the economy, I don't see where the economy is doing you any better right now. You're not buying cheaper eggs, you're not buying cheaper groceries, you're not buying cheaper anything. Things are on the high side. So tell me exactly why you voted for cheaper things or better economy, okay, when everything is going to go up. You cannot force manufacturing companies to come into your country in just few months. It's not possible, okay? The only people who will be suffering for the next few months might end up being Americans. In fact, will be these Americans who ended up voting for the current administration, because you guys wanted cheaper groceries, especially MAGAs, who said that they wanted cheaper things, they wanted better economy and better policies, even though they were giving concept of a plan. And now that the plans are unfolding, they are beginning to find out that they made a huge mistake, okay? And that's why you're having a lot of trends out there. People say we live in MAGA because of this particular concepts or plans that are being unfolded every day by day. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, okay? Enough of me saying it. I'm just commenting on what we have read, we have heard from other creators say. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Let's have that conversation. What do you think about these tariffs? Do you think it's going to go high? Do you think it's going to cause the product of the cost of products or of cars, go up, or you think it's also going to benefit Americans at the long run? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, okay? And please do want to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now and be part of the family, okay? We are already 20K. Yay! Thank you so much for 20K subscribers, you guys. Let's do 30K in the month of April, okay? This is me saying happy new month to every one of you. May this month be blessed and peaceful for you all, and much happiness in your life and that of your family, okay? Thank you so much for being a part of my life and for all your support. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for the super thanks. Every one of you who gave me super thanks, thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Call other people to come and subscribe to this channel. Like all of you that are watching my videos and you're not subscribing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as a new month gift for me. Subscribe. Let's get to 30K in the month of April, okay? Thank you so much, guys. See you guys on my next video. Bye.